Well, welcome back to TVC podcast number 13. Ooh, boy, he got that. Boy, you got that little string, boy. Boy, he just playing with that little sucker, boy.
Oh,
Oh,
pause.
man.
Okay, just doing the most.
Everybody give G Man a round of applause or whatever.
I ain't giving him no round of applause with that ridiculous hat on. I ain't clapping that mess up. That's a mess. What he at Niagara Falls?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna
Y'all
say
know
that.
ain't no Cowboys fan got no money to go to Niagara Falls. Quit playing.
Y'all ready to get to this first video?
Let's do this, baby.
All right,
Let's do it.
beat up with
So
the
this
first.
first video, we're gonna start it off a little serious, then we're gonna light it up a little bit.
All right,
This is a video of a woman who I forgot what her occupation. I think she's a therapist or something like that. But anyway, she did an interview with some kids, and she was talking to some kids, and one of the little girls had something very interesting to say.
all right, let's go.
Said, so are you going to have a husband? And she said, nope. And I said, please tell me why you would choose in the 8th grade to have a goal of having 2 kids and not be married. She said, because if I'm married to him, I can't collect child support. And then she said, why should I marry a man that I have kids by? He might have issues or something. He might be on drugs. And I said, well, if he's too bad to be your husband, do you really think he's going to make a better father?
Ouch.
Ooh,
Ouch.
wow, that was
Ouch.
a child with the kind of mindset saying about.
Ouch.
Uh,
Man, an 8-year-old
That's
thinking
it's the
like
eighth
that.
grade. Eighth grader, right?
Eighth grader, I mean, eighth grader. I'm
right,
I
sorry.
right,
mean,
right, right, right,
so who she being raised by?
Right.
right.
Who she being raised by?
Yeah,
Because that mentality right there is so twisted. Her perception of what having children and her whole perception of men is twisted. And what she's been taught, I mean, you want to have a baby by a man that may have issues, but you don't want to be married to him because you can't collect child support. Oh my God, that's heartbreaking to even hear as a mother. I mean, what are we teaching our girls? It's okay to have children, but you can't be concerned to who you have children by. Why are we even talking about having kids in the 8th grade anyway?
Right.
I mean,
Let's
I'm
start
sorry.
there.
Yeah, why we even? I mean, you should be thinking about getting all your grades up so you can transition into high school, so you can, work on a graduation plan to work towards college or a trade or military. Why are we even having this thought process? 2 kids, and you're in the 8th grade. I mean, oh my goodness, this we got to talk about this one. Let's talk about it.
But you know what? That's the thing. Like this is what bothers me sometimes, especially with internet, because nobody's ever wrong on the internet. Nothing's ever is what it is. Because when you try to have conversations like this, and we talk about how the system, how black people infiltrated back in the '60s and '70s, and everything that conspired to put us in a situation where you have 8-year-old girls thinking like this. People, oh, that's not real. Oh, where you live, where you from? Oh, that's not like no, this is real life. Cause I remember back in middle school, high school, I remember the light skins and the white boys was a thing because all the girls wanted to have a baby with good hair. Like that's
okay.
the sickness that was going on. I want to have a baby with good hair. So they would go get with the white dude, the Puerto Rican dude, or the light skinned black dude with the wavy hair, because that's the mindset of a child. They, oh well, he got good hair, and I have a baby by him. My baby have good hair. This to me, this is just another extension of that, and it all comes from the separation of the black family back in the '60s and '70s, and this is where we are now. It's fucking sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
this is the new norm. This is the new norm, B Dub, for you to have a conversation like that of that magnitude of with a serious that's a serious conversation to have. But that's the new norm in our households now. And it's sad part about it is, and little girls, little boys, that kind of mindset. Guess what? They teaching other little kids right around the same age that same type of behavior. You know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
scary, and that's the scary part about it, whatever, because it's like you plant an adult or somebody will plant that type of seed into a child like that. And when you water that seed, it's going to spread big time or whatever, because that child is going to spread that whole mindset of the way that she's being raised or being taught. She's going to bring that around a bunch of little girls, little boys. And then now you got a whole nother generation with that same kind of behavior, that same kind of mindset, man. So, we got to watch we got to watch the type of discussions that we have with our children, because these kids right now, man, their minds are like sponges. Matter of fact, I think there's a statistic out there saying that little boys and little girls, like, their mind is not fully mature. Like a boy's mind, a young man's mind is not fully developed to to their mid-20s, early 30s, and then it's a little earlier for females. So we got to be mindful of stuff like that when we have discussions, with like that of serious. With these kids, whatever, man. It's horrible. It's disgusting. G-Man, you go ahead, my guy.
This is just the video is very much, whether the actual testimony happened, the thought process or the mentality is very real. We have an entitlement problem, right? I'm not against helping those who need help, but it cannot be a retirement system. It can't be a lifestyle for you, which is a problem. And that shows you, right? This is what you get by, you don't have to do much. Just have make the worst decision you can make in society. The government, which is society, taxpayers will just take care of you. And that shouldn't be the thing, right? You should get rewarded for making these decisions, not rewarded for making these decisions, right? So the video is actually just spot on. Like, people like, well, I have one child, I get this amount. Let me put 2 or 3. It's gonna do this and do this and do this. Income tax, I get bigger money. I get more money in food stamps. I get more in housing, all this other stuff. And that cannot be the solution. Unfortunately, as just B-Dub said, it was a whole thing. It was in music. Remember, all the wavy light-skinned girls are loving me now, right? That was the theme. You had to have this and this. The mentality was different. And like you said, Mr. Know-it-all, authority. But unfortunately, this childbirthing thing starts super early, and you stuck in that situation. Then you there, and sometimes it's almost a business decision. Oh, I got one. She gonna come off the books, and he gonna come off the books, and I need to have another so I can keep them benefits rolling until I can get to Social Security and whatever. And then by the time, she's to a certain age, you can't have no more kids. The fund's going to dry up. Now you're living off Social Security, which for us, in our generation, ain't going to even be there. Now what? The great collapse is going to come unless we start making different decisions now.
And you know what, Jim and Jamal, that's the government, man. The government, you playing right into their hands, man, because you keep the government in your business when you got that kind of mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want. Go ahead, EQ. Go ahead.
But the thing is, who's to say you're gonna get child support because you have a baby by someone? That
you'll get some kind of benefit.
You will.
Okay, yeah, but like you said, at some point that benefit is gonna run out. It's like we're teaching children to be dependent upon a system that's going to keep them behind. It's going to keep them oppressed.
Absolutely.
That, a system that's going to be hard to climb out of. And then you pass that down to your children and see, that's where the generational dependency upon the system comes from. It's with that mindset. Right. And so with that kind of thinking at the 8th grade, there is no telling what she'll probably have her first child if she's not careful before she graduates high school. If somebody's not teaching her differently before she leave high school, she'll probably have a baby or 2. And then
But you know what's so messed up about it? See, that also goes to, because you're right. 9 times out of 10, more than likely, she's gonna have her first child in high school. She'll probably have her second child still in high school. Right. Or at least very, very young, because we have a thing where if a young lady gets pregnant, God don't make no mistakes, and we celebrate. Like, that's one thing that's always bothered me is people who celebrate babies that come into the world under the wrong circumstances. Now, I'm not saying throw the mom away, throw the baby away. No, we got to support, because if anything, she's going to need more support. But there need to be an understanding, like, okay, listen, your life is not over. Because I don't like when people say that either. That's crazy. Oh, you had a baby, your life's over. No, it's not over. But you have made your life inherently harder by having this child at this age. So now we gotta buckle down, and we gonna support you and do what we need to do so you can be okay. That's what we need if and when those situations happen, because they're gonna happen. What we don't need is people to just throw their hands up and say, "Oh, well, the baby's coming now, ain't nothing we can do about it." But love the baby, and then you go and spend hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars on baby showers and gender reveals and all this stuff, and acting like it's a great thing that this unwed teenage mother is about to bring a baby into the world.
Come on here, preach.
Right.
Y'all know my saying.
F them
kids.
You
Yep.
play.
You just put the whole family in a finance, because basically you're gonna put that, when you a teenage child like that, with raising, when you are a high school kid, a high school parent, your mother and your father's gonna be the one that's gonna be taking the blunt of all that anyway. You said it again?
No, I said basically.
Yeah, that's basically your mother and your father, the grandparents, are pretty much raising that child.
Well,
because you ain't got your ducks in a row. That's just how
Jamal ain't raising no more mother kids.
I feel you on that, gentleman, Jamal. And you know what? And what we need to do is teach our girls a real reality check. Baby, go price daycare. Go price formula. Like a case of formula about $80. $70, Pampers about $30 a case, $40 a case. Let's teach them, hey baby, this is what happens. And what's gonna happen when they say, all right, we're gonna have to cut off WIC because we don't have the funding for it, or what we're gonna have to cut food stamps back, or we're gonna have to cut back Medicaid. I mean, those things are all possible. Though, and it's gonna, like he said, it's gonna collapse eventually. What's gonna happen when they say, okay, no more CCMS or CCS or whatever it is for the child care? What's gonna happen when those programs, all the acronyms, when all that stuff gets cut off, then what? Because and you're still gonna have those small children who need to be provided for, and you can't raise 2 children off of no minimum wage job at Taco Bell. You can't. You can't even afford an apartment at off a Taco Bell salary. And then God forbid if the father is absent, then what? You're screwed. So our kids make temporary decisions, and they have a long-term effect on them. And then, and Lord, if they have a child, then I tell mine all the time, hey, you get a baby if you want to. Mama gonna show you. You're gonna be responsible for yours. Mm-mm.
You're not gonna help them out, EQ? She had a baby.
I mean, I'll help, but I ain't finna sit up and babysit every day. Oh no.
She gonna give him G-Man number. She gonna be like, hey, call this number real quick. Hello?
Yeah.
Fuck them kids. Click.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you got one job, and that's to stay in school, go to, you got one job, and I told her. And like I told her, if it's just been me and you, and I've been doing the best I can with you, baby, why would you go out there and put us in this position?
Right.
I don't think, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think all that's cute. I'm with you on that. I don't think it's cute, all these gender reveals for these 16, 17-year-old kids. You have to have a baby shower, a gender reveal, and all this kind of stuff. What are we really
spend more money on these gender reveals?
Yeah, on these, and then these extravagant birthday parties for these babies that ain't gonna even remember this stuff. And then by the time they go to first grade, don't even know their alphabet, don't even know their shapes and colors. What's your favorite color? 7.
Nah, how about
No, I said what I mean, and I mean what I say, because I see it all the time. It's like we throw all these lavish events, but then you want to borrow $100 from me to go pay your light bill, but you don't spend $5,000 on the gender reveal. That's crazy. Stupid. Don't make sense.
Us. Yeah, that's us. That's what we do.
Well, we got our priorities all wrong.
That's what we do.
Spend all that money on the gender reveal. Then by the time they 3, you start talking about they can pick their own gender.
Yeah, no
right,
joke.
exactly. Man want to be a girl now. Say don't
Yep.
hide, don't hide. Get back on the
The
camera.
views of bougie weirdos do not reflect those.
Y'all said it.
of the
Y'all said it.
Project.
Right, you got baby Thumper out here want to be a little girl and stuff.
Not baby
it's just-
Thumper.
okay, you
Yep.
got a little man them. No, it's crazy though, but
Allegedly.
we just gotta teach her. Yeah, allegedly. If you say so.